Hello there, Tina Spalding, Trance Channel here again for our next lesson of A Course in Miracles. Today we're going to do lesson 8, and so as usual I'm going to read the lesson as it appears in the text of A Course in Miracles, and then I will channel Jesus and he will give us some wisdom to go along with that lesson. So lesson 8, my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. This idea is, of course, the reason why you see only the past. No one really sees anything. He sees only his thoughts projected outward. The mind's preoccupation with the past is the cause of the misconception about time from which your seeing suffers. Your mind cannot grasp the present, which is the only time there is. It therefore cannot understand time and cannot, in fact, understand anything. The one wholly true thought one can hold about the past is that it is not here. To think about it at all is therefore to think about illusions. Very few have realized what is actually entailed in picturing the past or in anticipating the future. The mind is actually blank when it does this because it is not really thinking about anything. The purpose of the exercises for today is to begin to train your mind to recognize when it is not really thinking at all. While thoughtless ideas preoccupy your mind, the truth is blocked. Recognizing that your mind has been merely blank rather than believing that it is filled with real ideas is the first step to opening the way to vision. The exercises for today should be done with eyes closed. This is because you actually cannot see anything, and it is easier to recognize that no matter how vividly you may picture a thought, you are not seeing anything. With as little investment as possible, search your mind for the usual minute or so, merely noting the thoughts you find there. Name each one by the central figure or theme it contains, and pass on to the next. Introduce the practice period by saying, I seem to be thinking about blank. Then name each of your thoughts specifically. For example, I seem to be thinking about Johnny, about the car, about sadness, and so on, concluding at the end of the mind-searching period with, but my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. This can be done 4 or 5 times during the day unless you feel it irritates you. If you find it trying, 3 or 4 times is sufficient. You might find it helpful, however, to include your irritation or any emotion that the idea for today may induce in the mind searching itself. Lesson 8. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. Okay, so I am now going to channel Jesus and we'll see what he has to say about lesson 8. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and we congratulate you for showing up for lesson 8. You are a week now into the new training that we have are participating in together. And this is an important thing that I want you to remember as you are doing these lessons. I am doing these lessons with you. I am standing side by side with you, holding your hand as you go through this mind transformation program. You're using your free will, the most powerful creative device in the universe. Yes, indeed it is. And you are choosing to question the way you are looking at the world. This will precipitate transformation in the world because the way you see the world is coming from you. When you don't question the past experiences upon which you base your decisions, then you will always create the same thing. And if that thing is not suiting you, then you will be developing unhealthy patterns of behavior that cause you suffering. When you begin to question your own decision-making abilities based on your past experience, as in when I am thinking about the past, I'm not really thinking about anything, because you are imagining. You are using your imagination to go back and relive something, or mull something over, or contemplate something. You are going back through your own filters of thought to a time and place when you made a decision about something, whether it's good or bad or indifferent, and you are bringing that past seemingly accurate recollection into the present moment and contaminating the present moment. What we want you to do is understand that you need to leave the present free and clear for a new thing to be created. A new thing by a clarified mind. That is what we are working towards. We are working towards you becoming more and more present, more and more accepting of this present moment, because this is where everything happens. And if you bring your past ideas into this present moment, basing your present decisions, basing your present judgments on past experience, you are only going to get the same thing over and over again. And so presence is what we are cultivating here. You are beginning to see that the time you spend in future ruminations and past regrets is a waste of your creative energy. It is nothing. You are not even doing anything except wasting the present wasting the present moment, which is the only moment you have for your creative mind to play in. So do not contaminate the present moment. When you feel sadness or depression or pain arising in your feeling body, know that you have left the present moment. You are thinking about what bad thing might come to you. You're worrying, or you're regretting the past and the time you have wasted. You are wasting your time still when you look back at the past and think it should have been different. So this helps with the forgiveness practice too that we are cultivating in your consciousness. For if you don't keep regurgitating the past wounds or sins that people have seemingly committed against you, then you will not be full of hatred for them. When you meet them, you will be free in the present moment to accept them as they are. For this is what hatred is, and this is what unforgiveness does. It means that you cannot ever meet anybody as they are in this moment. You're always layering what they have done, what they said, what they shouldn't have done in between you, and you are living an untrue idea of them. So it is a very loving thing, this lesson. It is a very loving practice, because you begin to free not only yourself of the illusions of past and future, but you also begin to free those beings whom you meet from your past judgments and decisions about them. You begin to meet them perhaps for the first time free and clear of judgment. And in that moment, you will have a true and honest interaction with them. But this is cultivated over time. This will not happen initially, and when you meet people with whom you have resentments, you will have that feeling of negativity, because these past crimes have been thought and nurtured. So now you are beginning to let these past wounds and past judgments and stories go of your parents, of ex-lovers and partners, and you can let go of the future stories of poverty or homelessness or losing your job or being cheated on. These are the illusory ideas that contaminate your mind in the present and cause suffering. So thank you for joining us today. We are pleased that you are on this journey together with us towards a new and clarified mind. These lessons will free you from the prison of thought that is hurting you. And we want you to know that it is a powerful process indeed. We will speak to you again tomorrow. All right. Thank you for joining us today. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.